Today, in this futuristic setting and with a tool like this, we are going to talk about metaverse. And the metaverse is an immersive 3D and a virtual real-time network. So do you agree with or do you not agree with that this metaverse is a revolutionary?
I do see a huge potential with the metaverse, especially with the supports of all kinds of emerging technologies. So think about the invention of the smartphone, right? So simply it was a tool before, but now our human behaviors, our human daily lives surrounded by it have changed. The technology and the human beings are evolving together. And I feel like metaverse is inevitable in a sense.
It is a delusion because they're making it seem as if our life is not better in the real world, but more in, let's say, for instance, virtual reality. So basically, they're just letting our notable desires be fulfilled than actually us learning in real life on how to experience or achieve our desires. You look at our generation, they're so addicted to their phones. Then why can't I just be home and communicate with you then?
My opinion is people tend to underestimate, the long-term effect of the technology. So you're speaking your heart through the technology right now, right? But as you know, 80% of the human expression is body language. So even though we don't speak the same language, you can see me, you can feel me, you can get to know me, right? So that kind of technology is not ready yet in the metaverse. But if someday it will be, and then you can see me as, I'm sitting right here.
It does actually provide extra hyper connectivity to people. It's always double-edged sword on all different kinds of technologies. But if we can discuss about how to properly use those technologies, yeah, it can be in good use.
But do you think that nowadays, not just the five of us, but people out there, do you think they are ready for this double sword?
I think right now, we are actually in the very beginning of this new trend. And we are actually in a very good position to shape it in a better form. In general, I do believe if we can actively participate and engage and learn and try to moderate it, it can be in a very good cause.
I do think the metaverse should be based on blockchain, which is decentralized, so that people can be who they are with their own data, with their own ownership of the data, rather than, let's say, Facebook dictating or owning all the user data and try to come up with an AI algorithm and predicting their behavior.
Do you think it changes the concept of reality?
I think so. In the past, when we discuss about the internet, we see it as the virtual world, especially maybe people one generation older than me. But now, we are all inside this virtual world, which turned it, and eventually it's turned real. Basically, like 2/3 of my life is online. But still, after spending 20 years on the internet, I still think that the reality is important.
Why can't we just stay online, stay connected, using social media forever, and never go offline? Have you watched The Inception?
Yes.
Starring Leonardo DiCaprio. I remember this one line, and that is, I think, the most kind of inspiring line in it. And they're talking about building a dream, but when they're trying to steal information from the dreamer, they might get stuck forever in that dream. And one of the characters says it depends on the dream. If it's a sweet dream, who cares about the reality when we will open our eyes?
Even if it's a sweet dream, if you experience it over and over again, you lose all the happiness.
But of course, I can find all sorts of things that are sweet and experience day by day differently.
Yeah. I think some of us even believe the simulation theory that we are right now in a simulation.
I believe in that, actually.
Yeah, that we might be living in a simulation that created by a higher civilization.
So there's alien controlling our lives.
Not even alien, maybe our highly civilized ancestors or even some other outward civilizations, but we don't know. So we can be a brain in a jar.
Isn't that Matrix?
That's so.
Whatever we might have against each other's ideas about universe, I think after this debate and discussion, we might bury our hatch temporarily and to see how the future, will
Evolve
and unfold. Thank you. See you next time.
Okay.